Hello everyone. Welcome to the second solution of the definition. Read a string and check whether it contains only alphabets or not. Now in this solution we are going to use the looping structure, um, the for looping structure basically. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to go through each of the character from the entered string, and I'm going to count how many alphabets are there. In fact, you can go ahead and count how many non-alphabetic characters are there also. That is another possibility. So I'm going to count how many alphabetic characters I could retrieve, and then I'm going to compare my counter with the length of the string to make sure that all the characters that were counted for are alphabets. So that is the logic we are going to use. So let us define a few variables. Now, I'm not interested in differentiating between um, uppercase alphabets and lowercase alphabets. A better option would be I could just go ahead and convert the string to uppercase or lowercase, whichever you're comfortable with. So I'm using the uppercase. I would need a few more variables. So n would be to store the length of the string, and I as the looping counter, and I would extract one character, and I would need a counter variable. So I think that should suffice. So at this stage, first thing is we're going to find the length of the string. Now A contains the original string and B contains the uppercase converted string. So either one would work, but let us go ahead and take the B for length. I could have used A, that would also return the same number of characters because only cases are altering. The number of characters are not changing. And we're going to initialize the counter with 0. This makes an assumption that as of now, we have not come across any alphabetic character. So we'll start our loop. Um, the first character in a string is always the 0 index, and the last character is always the n minus 1 index. So this would be my for loop header. Next up, I need to extract each character. Now, I'm not going to extract it from A because it might contain uppercase or lowercase. So I'm going to extract it from B, which assures that only the uppercase would be extracted. Why? Because the lowercase have also got converted into uppercase. So um, from the ith position, I'm going to use the caret. Now, since B is going to contain all uppercase, so X should contain a character which is in uppercase. So this eases out my writing the condition. So I'd go ahead and check whether it is between A to Z or not. So if so, then I'm going to add in 1 to my counter, which was initialized with 0 with an assumption there is no alphabet in the string. So as and when each character is extracted and it is tested against my if condition here, if at all it was an alphabet, I'm going to have my counter incremented. So if all the characters that were entered by the user in the string were alphabets, then for each iteration of the loop, that means for each extraction from the string, this condition would stand true, which means that the counter value should be equal to the value of n, which is the number of characters. So that is what I'm going to use outside the for loop. So once all the characters have been accounted for, I'm going to check whether the length of the string is same as the value in the counter. If yes, then I know all of them were right. So only alphabets were there. Otherwise, you can customize your message and say only alphabets were not there. Right? That's a very simple logic. All you need to focus on is the counter. If every character that you are extracting was an alphabet, the counter would have incremented each time. So if there were n characters in the string, your counter would have incremented n times, which means that counter should contain the same number as of the length of the string. So let us see the output here. So I'm entering the string and it would say only alphabets were not there because obviously I have added these spaces. So if I put in again, it says only alphabets were not there because I still have a space here. So now it says only alphabets were there because there's only alphabets. So if I try entering a digit character somewhere, it would say only alphabets not there. If I try entering punctuation symbol, maybe a plus sign, I would get only alphabets were not there. So any character which is a non-alphabetic character would generate the output that is only alphabets were not there. So if and only if you have entered alphabets, if you can look at the string, I've added the uppercase as well as lowercase alphabets, and still I'm getting only alphabets where this is possible because I have converted the string into uppercase in the first place, and from that uppercase string I'm extracting one character at a time. So with an assumption that everything got converted in uppercase, I am checking it against the uppercase range of A to Z. So this is the solution to the definition, and I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, practice this out.